Hello, my name is LaShawn Alexander. I'm representing the financial aid. I'll be going over financial aid and scholarships today. So let's get started. So today we're discussing paying for your education. So today we're going to discuss what is financial aid. Financial aid is the federal student aid. We're discussing scholarships, employer tuition assistance, VA education benefits, as well as alternative and private loans. In order to be considered, you must complete the free application for the federal student aid. You complete the FAFSA by visiting studentaid.gov. Our school code is 007948. Again, that's 007948. So scholarships, students looking for different ways to pay for your tuition, definitely visit our scholarships website at wilmu.edu/scholarships. Our scholarships for Delaware residents is delawarecollege.org, as well as our private scholarships at scholarships.com. Okay, so definitely make sure you check those websites out. Of course, it's always important to check with other resources to pay for your college. Always make sure you're asking your job. If you're working, ask your job if they have any reimbursement or any tuition reimbursement. It's very important that you do that, including VA benefits as well as private or alternative lending. So one of the questions a lot of people must ask, or they have questions about, is, do I have to be fully accepted? Do I have to, be fully accepted in order to have financial aid? And the federal government says if you would like federal aid, you must be fully accepted into that college. So once you submit your official transcripts to any school, this is just not Wilmington University, to any school, in order to have financial aid, you have to be fully accepted through admissions to use federal funding. Okay, and again, the school code is 007948, and the web address you want to go to is studentaid.gov. So this is just a screenshot of when you visit studentaid.gov, this is what you'll see when you first get to that main website, studentaid.gov. I know in the last couple of years, the government allowed this to also be able to do through your phone. So it's also a mobile app. So it's definitely different ways to fill out the FAFSA through your mobile phone, all smart devices. So that's definitely a good tool. So transfer students, any of you are transfer students and you're interested on, how do I switch? If I'm going to this school and I want to come over to Wilmington University, what you would do is you would log back into your FAFSA and you would take out the other school and include our school code in. And again, our school code is 007948. So that is what you must do if you're considering transferring school. It is not a new FAFSA. Some students think that if I come from one school and I switch up the next year, you have to do a whole new FAFSA. It is not the new FAFSA, okay? Just go back into the current FAFSA and switch the school code. So this right here, this screen just talks about once you are fully accepted into university, our school offers what's called a WilmU portal, and typically I like to use that portal because it allows students to, anything you need to know about what we need from admissions, financial aid, advising, everything is located on this website, on WilmU. So what happens is once you do your FAFSA, again, you must be fully accepted. Once you're fully accepted with admissions, you would then go over to your WilmU portal, and it'll list all the requirements you need. Once you submit all the requirements you need for financial aid, then we can get you an awarded for an actual offer. We bring in any eligible Pell Grants, we bring in any eligible loans, and from there you'll be able to see and exactly gauge how much we're offering you each year, okay? So once everything is submitted, we then take at least 3 to 5 weeks to process you for an award, okay? But in order to be processed for an award, again, all requirements have to be in, okay? Any questions so far?
We do have one question from
Sure.
our online viewers. We just wanted to double check that it is mandatory that you must be fully admitted to the university before applying to any of our university-wide scholarships.
So yes, you have so you don't have to be fully accepted, but you have to have at least had admissions with us. Okay, so you can a school can offer you a scholarship, but in order to, of course, use that scholarship, they would like you to be fully accepted. So you can apply, but just make sure that if you're going to use that scholarship, you have to be fully admitted. So yes. Okay? Good question. So again, once we talked about getting your requirements in, we talked about your admissions being satisfied, you complete your requirements. Now we bring in that award. We bring in the offer. We'll bring in the aid, the loans, and the Pell Grants. And so once you see your offer, you'll see the loans, you'll see the subsidized loans, the unsub loan, and the loans that we bring in, again, they are loans. So the government requires you to complete what's called a master promissory note and an interest counseling. The master promissory notes allows you to, it's pretty much the government's way of saying, hey, promise to pay your loans back. That's the master promissory note. The interest counseling is anything you need to know about your loans is listed in the interest counseling. Repayment options, interest rates, the expectation of when you're supposed to pay your loans back, the federal loan limit. There is a limit to how much you can borrow. So everything you need to know about your loan is in interest counseling, okay? And that is a federal requirement. So if you are looking to receive loans to pay for your tuition, it is a federal requirement that you must complete a master promissory note. So now you have your financial aid, you're taking classes. Now the government says in order to keep the federal aid, you must maintain good progress. And what's called here is called SAP. It's satisfactory academic progress. And so once you are in classes, you're maintaining, the government says in order to receive that aid, you have to at least be enrolled, at least as an undergraduate, which is a bachelor's degree, you have to at least maintain 6 credits per semester. That's over 15 weeks. And as a grad, in order to receive that aid, again, this is just the aid, not the loans. As a graduate student, in order to have the aid applied to your account, you must at least be in 5 credits a semester. A semester runs over 15 weeks, okay? As a undergraduate student, if you are eligible for Pell, then you don't have to be in at least 6 credits, but you do have to have your financial aid requirements complete, okay? Definitely let me know if you have any questions regarding that information. So additional information, once you are awarded, their financial aid is available for the entire academic year. What is important to realize is that once we make you an offer, one of the requirements is we asked you as one of the web questions, are you planning attending summer? And that question is relevant because once we make you an offer, we want to know the funds you're eligible for. Should we split it fall, spring, summer, or should we just save it for fall and spring? So once we make you the offer, it is for the entire year, but the entire year, again, is split per term. So, for example, if you're offered as a loan of, let's say, 12,500, that 12,500 will be split into the terms you're here, fall, spring, and summer. So three ways, okay? So once you're in order for us to pay on your account, we have disbursement dates. When we apply the loans to your account, you you make sure you accept your loans, okay? The offer we make, you make sure you accept it. Once you accept it, then we then apply the loans to your account on our designated disbursement date. I just mentioned a few minutes ago about, in order to have the aid or keep your aid, you must maintain satisfactory academic progress. This determines your eligibility for aid going forward. So it's really important to communicate with your teachers. I understand life happens, things happen, but the most important part is that you always communicate with your teachers when things come up, because you don't really want to be in a place where you have to lose your aid if you're using loans to pay for your tuition. This screen right here talks about the billing. So billing and financial aid, there is a difference. So if you are not using financial aid, the billing office will contact you about a payment plan. And this is just an example of what the expectation is as far as making your payments, okay? Any other questions so far? I know this is a lot. Any other questions? Okay. So this screen right here is just saying what school code. If you're planning on, we still have our summer is starting here in May. So if you're interested in starting with us for our summer term and you haven't already, please make sure you go and fill out your 21-22 FAFSA. That's if you're planning on starting with us for summer. Our summer runs May through August. Our summer runs. So if you're planning to start with us, make sure you fill out the 21-22 FAFSA. If your intentions are to start with us for the fall, you want to make sure you complete the 22-23 application. The government has both applications available. Again, just to clarify that, if you're starting with us for summer, you want to make sure you do the 2021-2022 application. Starting fall, you want to make sure you do the 2022-2023 application. If you're doing both, go ahead and get them both out the way. We're processing applications for both 8 years. Of course, again, if you're interested in scholarships, make sure you visit our scholarship webpage at wilmu.edu/scholarships, and military benefits. For questions about that, make sure you visit our wilmu.edu/military. And guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If you have any questions we have?
We do have one question. If you're still in the chat and you have any follow-ups, feel free to write those now. The one coming in is, is there any financial aid allocated for a PhD student as long as they meet any necessary requirements?
So we do have, it's considered a graduate loan. And again, our graduate students would, the same process. You apply through the application. Now there are maximum limits the government allows you to. So if you've borrowed before and you're not sure where you are as far as your loans, if you've borrowed loans in the past for your undergrad or your grad degree, you want to visit this website. It's nslds.ed.gov. That's nslds.ed.gov. I'll say it one more time. That's nslds.ed.gov. This website lets you know every lender you've ever borrowed from and how much loans you've already had dispersed. So for your doctoral programs, the max a student can borrow is $138,500. That is in addition to anything you've borrowed from your undergrad or your grad degree. Okay? So again, 138.5 is the cap a student can borrow. Okay? Good question.
Again, if you have any follow-up questions to that, feel free to write that in the chat right now. But other than that, that's all we have coming in at the moment.
Okay. Well, of course, if you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to email us at finaid@wilmu.edu. That's finaid@wilmu.edu. We're going to answer all your questions you may have, as well as give us a call at 302-356-6951. Again, guys, thank you very much for your time.